Counter-Strike players have many complaints about agent skins. We talked about the map-based factions in the past and how they're no longer in CS2, but this will focus on players' opinions on agent skins as a whole, disabling agents, plus the gentleman's agreement in pro play to not use them. Polka collected a lot of these complaints, which showcases players' opinions. This is where map-based agents came in clutch in the past, as there were already predetermined designs for each map, allowing consistencies between agents and maps. This is something that players actually complained about 9 years ago before the nuke change, with 600 upvotes on Reddit saying the agents on the map didn't fit the existing lore. Apart from just lore reasons, different agents can blend into their surroundings, like this nuke clip, where the enemy is hard to notice at first glance because he slightly blends into the wall behind. This unfairness plus the pay to win aspect of agents is why a lot of players don't like them. It's not just colors and visibility either. Specific agents were found to have smaller hitboxes compared to other agents. The pro scene has completely abandoned agents as a whole by having an unwritten rule to not use these agents. This alone should show Valve that players do not want their cosmetics to compromise the competitive integrity of Counter-Strike, which is exactly what agent skins are doing. It's not like the agreement is to not use skins, it's specifically just for agents. For example, around a year ago, JL mistakenly used an agent for a pro game, which led to him making a statement saying that it wasn't intentional, and that he forgot to take it off for the game. He also noted that you are allowed to technically use them, but it's an agreement between players to not use them. Another commenter said that CS simply does not have a place for player skins in competitive play. I love that pros have an agreement of not using them. I hope it stays that way. But players don't want this to just be an agreement, but actually have the ability to turn agents off. Back in 2019, pro player Elish said, "I would really love if we had a CL mid-model type command again, because I think some of the agents are hard to see, especially for colorblind people, and I think it gives a disadvantage now in some situations." Which players still have this very same sentiment today. 5 months ago, a player asked the same thing that Elish did 4 years ago, saying it's hard to spot agents in certain spots. Another post from 8 months ago asked for the option to disable agent skins in CS2, after the player missed a headshot on an agent skin. A great solution that many players have agreed with is a possibility that you see your teammates' agents, but not the enemies, so you can enjoy the look of different agents with your team, but can focus up when it's time for the other team. These suggestions though aren't anything new with CS2, as ignore agent settings have been getting requested for literal years now at this point. There is a complete other set of players who prefer map-based faction agents, or just dislike the agent skins as a whole. From just a few months ago, players have said, "It really irks me that Valve are removing specific map faction skins." Another player says, "Please don't get rid of local map factions." And another player genuinely asking if map agents will return to CS2. Same thing with another player who wonders if Valve will bring them back or if they're long dead. More players were wondering, why does every map now use only 2 default agents instead of all the original factions? There's even others who have asked for map factions to return, as players have pointed out all the map-based factions which are missing in CS2. But even before CS2 came out and Valve decided to remove the map-based faction skins, players shared the same concerns, wondering if Valve would reconsider agent skins and models, talking about how weapon skins, knives, and gloves hardly affect readability in the game, saying that agents simply don't fit into the competitive nature of CS. Even a bit farther back than that, 3 years ago in 2021, players said agent skins go against the foundations Counter-Strike was built on, gaining over 1,300 upvotes at the time. The fundamental issue is that Valve introduced a cosmetic that is practically incompatible with Counter-Strike. A game that is built on millisecond reaction windows absolutely requires completely fair and consistent visibility in the game. Previous Valve employees designed maps on this principle, and it was successful and fair for 2 decades. Only now we see a problem. There is no coincidence. This doesn't even go into the 100 of smaller complaints players have shared about agents throughout the years, but it's very clear what a lot of players' opinions are. Although I wouldn't expect Valve to listen now to these complaints, seeing as they have been out for years and players have been spending their money on them, it would be nice to receive an option to disable agents altogether in the game. Maybe something like disabling music hits, but instead it's for agents, so players who want to play with agents can, and then the other players who don't won't have to.